Okay, what is up, YouTube? So I wanted to make this video to elaborate on a strategy slash shortcut slash method that I just came up with. I think this has a lot of potential given that the meta in GMS Reboot is shifting toward one of not Kana farming, but using bossing mules to generate meso income. This obviously is because Kishin is getting nerfed, which means that it's no longer going to enhance monster spawn, and at the same time the bossing crystal value is going to increase by a lot in an upcoming update. So it's going to be very lucrative to simply have a bunch of characters that you can run weekly bosses on and then obtain meso in that way. The reason why I'm bringing up the Monster Parker medal is because it is the best in slot medal in Reboot, due to the fact that it has this effect of giving you 10% IED. Now, you can ignore the visual difference of my medal because I fusion anviled the Born to Be MVP red on it to remind myself of how much fucking money I spend on this game. However, the 7-day Monster Parker is best in slot in Reboot, as I said, because of the fact that it gives 10% IED. Now, 10% IED is not a lot, but it really can help for a character that is lacking IED in its kit, and especially if it's a character that you're only using as a bossing mule and you don't plan on funding it much more beyond that. So for most people, they would probably think, no, it takes way too long to get the 7-day Monster Parker on a bossing mule because you have to run Monster Park 7 times a day for 11 weeks straight, right? And that's a total of 539 times, and that's just way too much work. I would agree with you. However, there is actually a way that I thought of which allows you to get the same effect in much less time. And the reason for this is because the process by which you get the 7-day Monster Parker is actually by obtaining the 7 single-day Monster Park medals first, right? So when you first come in here, and I can't show it on this character because I already obtained the 7-day Monster Parker, but when you first come here, this creepy looking guy named Spiegelman, he will give you 7 different quests, each of which will give you a single day Monster Park medal. And these single day Monster Park medals are very unique in that they actually give you the same effects as the 7-day Monster Parker for the given day of the week that is in the name of the medal. So if you look at this one, it says grants a hidden effect on Sunday. So the base stats are the same, right? Strength, dex, int, luck, attack power, magic tower, it's all +7. However, it says given a hidden effect on Sunday, and that hidden effect is actually the +10 IED that you get on the Monster Parker medal. It's just that it only applies if you're wearing this medal on that day. So on Sunday, if I wear the Sunday Monster Park medal, it's the exact same as the 7-day Monster Parker medal. The only thing that the 7-day Monster Parker medal gives you in reality is the flexibility of getting that IED effect on any day of the week. However, for a bossing mule, the whole point of a bossing mule is to just log on one day and just spend 30 or so minutes running through all the weekly bosses that your character can clear efficiently, and then logging off after selling the boss crystals for meso, right? So you really only need the effect for one day. So what I'm proposing here is, instead of running Monster Park 539 times over the course of 11 weeks on a given character to get the 7-day Monster Parker, if it's a bossing mule, you can simply run Monster Park 77 times each on 7 different bossing mules. And after 11 weeks, you will now have 7 single day Monster Park medals on one on each of those characters, right? So if I have 7 bossing mules, I run the first one, I take the first one, I run 7 runs of Monster Park on Monday. Then on Tuesday, I go to character number 2, I run Monster Park 7 times. And then Wednesday, Thursday, so on and so forth. And then after 11 weeks, instead of having one 7-day Monster Parker on a single character, I will have 7 single day Monster Park medals on each of those 7 characters. And as long as I abide by the day that is specified in the medal, I will be able to get the IED effect on that day, and therefore I can achieve the same effect of having 7-day Monster Parker on all of those characters as long as I run my bosses on that particular day, right? So this is just a way of really speeding up that IED gain, because otherwise there's no way you're gonna run 77 Monster Park runs of each day of the week all on the same character and do it one by one, because that alone would take it would be 539 times 7, and overall that's going to take you a year and a half to get the 7-day Monster Parker on 7 different characters. And that's obviously just not like the best usage of time, or it's probably not going to be fast enough to stay in tune with any sort of metagame developments that come. So, if you want to get this IED bonus on 7 different characters because you're trying to raise 7 different bossing mules, then you can just do this strategy and get the individual Monster Park day of the week medals. Now, let me tell you about some of the other benefits of doing this. Some other benefits are that, one, you should always be running Monster Park anyway, because you want to run Monster Park to obtain these Monster Park potions, right? The red potion, which gives you attack, the blue potion, which gives you magic attack, green potion, which increases your weapon attack speed, which is essentially like necessary for a bunch of classes in the game. And then the gold potion, which gives you extra EXP when you're training. Like, all of these are going to require a constant inflow of Monster Park coins, which you get by opening the boxes that you get from running Monster Park. So you are basically bound to running this content in the game anyway, so you might as well do it in a way that efficiently sets up your account to be able to create a bunch of bossing mules. In addition, some recent changes have streamlined some of the maps and also increased the amount of EXP, I believe, that the Monster Park, some of the Monster Park maps, especially the ones after level 200 in Arcane River, give you. So if you run those on those characters that you want to create bossing mules, you'll actually get a lot of EXP that will help you raise the level of those characters at the same time of progressing them through the 77 clears. And so by the end of the 77 clears, it's very likely that you'll have gained 5 levels, 10 levels or so. And if you pair that alongside Arcane River dailies to get symbols on those characters as well, then it's very likely that by the end of the 77 runs, you'll have 7 characters, all of which have gained 10 or so levels and are better positioned to clear bosses now from a level perspective, and they have the day of the week medal, which allows them to get that extra IED on the day of the week that you want to run bosses on them, right? So I think that these are like really compelling reasons for why it's a really effective shortcut to employ this method, as opposed to getting individual 7-day Monster Parker medals on each of those characters. And if you still want to get individual 7-day Monster Parker medals, you still can, right? You can simply take all of those 7 characters and then shift them one day down, right? So let's say day 1 I was doing my Adele, and day 2 I was doing my Arc, day 3 I was doing my Demon Slayer. Those are bad examples because I wouldn't do Demon Slayer and my Adele already has one, but just as an example, right? And then I get the day of the week, the Monday medal for my Adele already. From then on, I can just shift my Adele to Tuesday, start working on Tuesday for my Adele. I can move my Arc to Wednesday. I can move my Demon Slayer to Thursday, etc. And so if I really want to get 7-day Monster Parker medals, I can still do so in the same amount of time. It's just that IED effect comes online much quicker for each of those characters because of the way in which I distributed the runs, such that they're concentrated per day per character. So this is just an idea that I just came up with. I think I'm actually going to start on this right now because it's Monday as I'm making this video. And then in 11 weeks, I'll have 7 characters that each have a day of the week where when I run weekly bosses, I will be able to tap into that 10% extra ID. So hopefully this video is helpful to some people. I don't know if this idea is just crazy. I don't know if it's going to be helpful. I don't know if people actually even want to create that many bossing mules with the extra IED metal, but hopefully it helps somebody out there. And if you liked if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, please, leave a comment, give a like, subscribe to the channel, whatever, or not. But that's the idea, and hopefully this helps someone out there.